those newcomers in the platform. Mr. Reji K George and Praise are here as the resource persons today. I think Reji is there in UK for more than 15 years now, and is well versed with the culture, people, and the things over there. And Praise is a new entry to UK, and she can update you on all basic things she was anticipating, and in the Q&A she will update you more. So now Mr. Reji K George will speak to us.
She recently came from India. She recently came from India about 6 months back, isn't it? About 6 months back. So I'll introduce Praise. So she will be able to explain you more about our journey from India to here. And she completed OET and CBT in India. And you can do OET and CBT in India, but for OSCE, you can't do in India. You have to come and do it in here. You need to have some training, and we'll explain you about it. Since Praise recently completed her OET, CBT and OSCE, and she's got her PIN number recently.
But she got the enough score or the eligibility score for the OET. So first of all, immediately after got the OET, then you have to register for NMC portal, first of all. So I think you know about the NMC, which is the regulatory body of the UK for the nurses and midwives. So first of all, we have to register as a non-European registration for the NMC. So they will guide you everything for that. And they will give you the mail regarding your eligibility. You met the eligibility criteria for the CBT, and they will send the email, as well as they will send the login ID as well as the password for the Pearson view. So they will help you to book the CBT as well. So once you get the CBT email, so you have to book for the CBT through the Pearson view. You will get the exam center around the India according to your convenience. You can book. Okay. So the CBT, which means that it is a computer-based test.
Theory test.
It's the computer-based multiple choice questions, which is mostly based upon our theory part, the nursing skills, knowledge, as well as the analytical part of the nursing theory. Yeah. Then they will ask the 15 questions, around the 15 questions regarding the calculations, like our drug calculations. You know the drug calculations. So the IV, you know the drip calculations, how many fluids will be go to per minutes, as well as we have to calculate the gram to milligram and milligram to micrograms and nanograms. So these calculations you need to know in the CBT. Then they will ask around 100 questions regarding the theory part. That's about the CBT. Do you have any concerns?
Yes, as I said, Praise will be more beneficial to you because she recently came from India. She knows all the procedures and everything. But I'll just give you some more clarifications about CBT. That's called computer-based test or theory test. It's a theory test, or it's called part 1. Part 1 is CBT. And this part 2 is OSCE. That's practical test. Part 1 is theory, that's CBT. Part 2 is OSCE, that's practical. So already Praise explained about the CBT. CBT is about 120 questions, isn't it? 120 questions over 3 hours.
3 hours.
So you got about 180 minutes to answer 120 questions. And there's all multiple choice questions. So I need to, after 4 questions, you need to pick only one answer. And I can send you the link if you want to, after finish OET, if you want to get familiar with the question and answers. It's in Google as well. I'll send you the link. That's free, 50 questions each. There are about 10 or 12 questions that you can practice. So you'll get an idea what's CBT. And there are about 1,400 questions and answers link that also I can forward to you if anybody has already completed OET and want to do CBT, or if you want to practice your own time. So that's most of the questions, about 90% questions will come after the 1,400 questions, which I'm going to send to you. So if you learn the questions about 50 or 100 questions every day, and if you keep on, you don't need to learn it, you just go through it and it will automatically know, because you don't need to learn it and write it. It's because of the multiple choice question, you need to pick it. So if you roughly know idea, it's not a complicated thing, because I've never seen anybody, there are people fail first or second attempt, but you definitely get through it. It's not a specific. Recently there have been big changes in CBT. I think after 120 questions, 10% questions are critical questions, isn't it? 10% questions are critical questions. 80%, isn't it? They'll get the
10%.
Yeah, 10% questions are critical questions. You need to answer that critical questions. So we don't know which are the critical questions. So anyway, that's not a big thing compared to OIT and everything. So you can pretty well, you can definitely do that. And CBT, that's the so CBT costs about 100 and
CBT for 83 pounds.
83 pounds in a year. You know how much in India?
83 pounds regarding.
It's about 8,000 rupees in India, and the centers are almost everywhere near the cities. So if the platform who is conducting this exam for NMC is called PSN View. That I can send the link as well if you want. And once you're registered with the NMC, first thing you do OET, then you'll register with NMC, isn't it?
Then immediately after register with NMC.
NMC. For NMC, when you get to NMC login, get registered, they'll give you a PRN number. Then they will tell you step by step what all things you need to do. And
for the NMC registration, we need to prove them our identity evidence.
Yeah.
Our qualification evidence, then the health evidence, character evidence, language evidence. So these are the things we have before we register for the NMC. Otherwise, it will be delayed.
Okay.
So once we get the registration, it will take us to 2 years. We will get to complete CBT as well as the OSCE.
Once you started doing registration with the NMC, once you started the registration, within 2 years, you have to complete the CBT and OSCE. If you haven't completed CBT and OSCE within 2 years, then you have to re-register it. That's about CBT. As I said, it's 120 questions for 3 hours, and you have to register with NMC to do the CBT, and they will send you a link to an email to do that CBT.
So after they will inquire regarding our qualifications, eligibility qualifications. So they will inquire regarding our education to the training institution as well as our nursing council in your own country. Like in my case, I was registered with Kerala Nursing Midwifery Council. So they will send the email to the KNMC and they will give back the feedback regarding our registration is genuine or not. So then only they will confirm here, the NMC will confirm our registration, then they will send the email to us to book the CBT.
Then you'll get a PRN number.
At the same time, we will get the PRN number as well.
Before they give you a PRN number, they'll do all this background checking about your NMC registration and your school where you studied and your qualification, your health, and your working as well, isn't it? Where you're working, all those things. So once it's confirmed, they will send you an email to register for the CBT exam, and they will send you a link. The one who conducting the CBT exam, that's called a outsourcing company called PSN View. They will send a link and they'll give you provide you the password and everything. So you go to PSN View and log into that, and they can pick the date you want. And you can, once you pick in here, I don't know what in India, in here, if you pick the date and you can cancel in case for any reason, if you want to cancel it or forward it, you can do it within 24 hours in here, but in 48 hours in India. So you can, the first thing, if you can book it for a date, and if it's inconvenient, you can always forward it or cancel it. So it's not a problem. So that's all about CBT. I told you about the 8,000 rupees it costs in India, and the centers are nearby, and they'll send you the link. So I think that's clear about CBT. So apart from this, if you
the CBT result will be published within 48 hours.
Normally the CBT result will come on your email as well on your Pearson view. You can log in and see. When you log in, it says completed or success. It will show you that whether it's completed or not. Then they will update it in the NMC login. So once it's completed, at the same time when NMC send you the CBT exam platform to log in, at the same time they will send you the link for OSCE as well, isn't it?
So once
no, they can allow you to do the OSCE whenever you want. No, you can't do OSCE in India. Sorry, I'm telling you about here. Yeah, carry on.
So once we completed the CBT exam, so we have to upload, as I already mentioned, that our health evidence, character evidence, as well as our language evidence. So the language evidence we will need to after completing the CBT exam. So we can upload everything, and they will inquire about our. They will send the email to the referees. Like we will give some referees regarding our education from our education institution, as well as our the training institutions. So they will send the inquiry regarding our character and our backgrounds. So then only they will confirm that we are ready to come to the UK. So the next step is that we need to attend the interview, like the NHS interviews or wherever you want. So we can first of all we can attend the interviews. They will, if we pass the interview, or if they recruited us, they will send the offer letter as well as the certificate of sponsorship. So once we get these both, then we can apply for the UK visa. So the next step is the UK visa only. So and the one point I missed that. So in the initial registration session, we need to pay around £140 for initial registration for the NMC. Then after that, the CBT for £83.
So about 140 means about 14,000 rupees.
Yeah.
And for
Initial
CBT
payment.
about 8,000 rupees.
Yeah. Then once we get the both offer letter as well as the certification of sponsorship, we need to take our police clearance certificate from your country. Like if you have been working in the abroad, you need to take your police clearance certificate from there as well as in India. So we need to submit both police clearance certificates, and we need to take our medical, like our tuberculosis test. That's the X-ray. We need to confirm that we don't have any tuberculosis. So the UK immigration, they need the tuberculosis certificate. So we can take this from, in Kerala, we have the 2 centers. So I think in the Fortis hospital in the Bangalore, they have the permission to conduct this tuberculosis test. So then you can go there. Okay, you can do your the medical to pass the medical in the Fortis hospital. Yeah. So then it based upon they have the Home Office will allow to conduct this tuberculosis test. I don't know how there were any other test centers in India.
So after correct.
Then once you finish everything, you can apply for the visa.
Yeah. Then that's all about CBT. Then if you want more explanation about the procedures to after you completed whatever you need to complete, especially CBT and OET, we can tell you in another session about how to get an agency to get connected, to get the visa and sorted, all those things to coming to UK. We'll tell you in another video clearly if you wanted any information about it, if Father wanted it. And next we'll go to OSCE. So once you've done CBT and OET, once you get visa, you come out to UK, and you have a 6 months time. They'll provide you. There's a contract. They are if NHS going to recruit you here, they'll give you a contract for 6 months. They'll provide you most of the funding and everything, and they will recruit here, take you to the NHS hospital, and they will give you the coaching here for the OSCE exam. You have to pass that OSCE exam within 6 months time. So we'll tell you about OSCE exam first. What is OSCE exam, and how many sessions are there, how long it will take, how much it costs, and all those things. Then we'll go further.
Okay. Once we reach here, immediately they will start the OSCE training. So in order to, we need to practice in the hospital as well. So
I'll just tell one about OSCE. OSCE's full form is objective structured clinical examination. So nothing but practical. So there are 4 centers in UK. There's one is in Oxford, one is in Northern Ireland, one is in Northampton and Ulster. These four universities. Three universities. Oxford, Northampton, and Ulster University.
Ulster in the Northern
Ireland. So these are the 3 centers. They're conducting the OSCE examinations. And if you're coming through the NHS, they will get the booking for you, and they will pay for you. And you will go there for your exam. And I will tell you about how long the exam will take. The exam takes about around 2 hours. There are
station.
Yeah.
So each station has the 15.
Yeah, we'll tell you about the stations, how many exams there are. Different stations. We'll explain about it now. Yeah. So, yeah, carry on the stations.
Yeah. The OSCE has 6 stations, like assessment, the planning, implementation, and evaluation. This is the 4 main stations. Then the 2 skills, like the procedures. So the total 6 stations in OSCE exam. So recently they have added the 2 more skills as well. So the 2 pairs of skills we need to demonstrate before the examiner. And this exam will be totally, they will looking our nursing skills as well as our analytical skills. So in the assessment sections, we have the certain diagnostic condition we will get. So they have the certain plans regarding that. They are usually asking the assessment session like the pneumonia, subdural hematoma, then asthma, hernia. So these are the conditions they will usually ask. The certain conditions are there, and in the assessment section, then the planning section we need to write 2 more care plans in the planning section. Then in the implementation section, we need to demonstrate how to administer the drugs. And in the evaluation section, we have to give the handover as well as to write the referral letters in the evaluation section. And we have to demonstrate the 2 more skills in front of the examiners, like to administer assessment, then giving the subcutaneous injection, intramuscular injection. So these are the procedures. The certain procedures are there. So these are the procedures we need to demonstrate in front of the examiner. So that's about the OSCE exam. It's a very expensive exam. We need to spend around
80,000 rupees. 80,000 rupees, Indian rupees.
Yeah, Indian rupees, yes. 794 pounds.
Yeah, so the trust will provide it in here, 800 pounds. So if it's an Indian rupees, 80,000 rupees. But if you fail once, the next one you have to fund fund yourself.
Yeah,
so if you fail in OSCE in first attempt out of this 4 station and the practical, if you at least pass 50% of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you at least pass 50% of it, the next time when you do the exam, you need to do only the one you lost. You will get the same station which you lost the previous time. But if you lost more than 50%, then you have to rewrite everything. But it never happened like that. You definitely pass 50%, definitely. The next time, if you didn't complete everything, the next time you need to do only the one which you lost, and you'll get the same scenario, same patient, say nothing to worry. That will be nothing to worry about it.
So the OSCEs are comparatively easy, but your practice makes.
Yeah, you need to practice a lot.
Makes perfect. That's the thing. So you have to practice well for the OSCE.
Yeah.
But the CBT is a theory based, so we just learn it, just to read it, the questions. But the OSCE we have to practice Otherwise, we will lost.
Let me just sum up once again the OSCE. There are 4 stations mainly. One is assessment and assessing a patient, and second one is planning. That's literally writing about the planning of care plan. And third one is evaluation. That's also literally writing. The third one is giving drugs. That's called implementation. They'll give you a drug chart. They'll ask you to give some medications. And there's, for every station, there's time limitations, but you'll be able to, if you practice well, you'll be able to perform it within the timing. And the 4th station is evaluation. So assessment, planning, implementation, evaluation, that's called APIE. And 4 skills, isn't it?
No,
yeah.
2 skills. 2 pairs of 2 skills.
Yeah, so that's 4 skills altogether.
Yeah,
so you need to perform 4 skills out of 20 skills. They will practice, they will give you coaching for each and every skills. The only thing you need to practice and practice and practice. So 4 stations plus 4 skills, altogether 8 sessions.
So
you need
each
to do.
station has certain time limits.
Yeah. All stations 15 to 20 minutes. That's the maximum time.
15 minutes, not 20. 15
okay,
minutes.
15 minutes timings for each station. So you will complete that exam within 2 hours time. So that's it. I think if you have any other questions, I'll leave it my father if you want to have any clarifications or anything you want us to explain to.
Yeah. The friends, you can ask questions if you are not comfortable or if you have some disturbance at the background, you can just put in the chat box. I will ask them as well. So this is a Q&A session. Any of your queries or concerns can be asked. Kindly unmute and speak if you have any queries.
Hi, Reji.
Yes,
Hello.
Priyanka.
Hi, good
Preeti.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Actually, I didn't clear OET yet, but some of my friends recommended that it's better to start the process, so it will be easy to, if you clear CBT first, then go for the OET. Is it okay to go for OET CBT, or else we need to clear? It's better to clear the OET first.
I would say it's not problem by doing OET or CB, whichever way you do it. But the thing, whatever you do, the ultimate thing, you can't get a registration without doing OET. So, but OET is the toughest. After 3 examinations, I would say OET is the toughest, depends on. But other things, because it's purely connected with our profession, there's nothing, that will be easier for you. But if you want to do the other way, I want to do CBT and see how it is, you can do it. It's not a problem, but you won't be able to concentrate on OET. It doesn't matter whichever, it's up to you. But the only thing, once you started, the procedure starts, only 2 years is valid. Within 2 years, you'll be able to complete everything. Otherwise, you'll redo it again.
Okay.
Okay, we have a question in the chat box. Sorry.
All right.
We have a
Personally, I
question.
recommend first.
Please.
Personally, I recommend first of all you need to clear the OET.
Yeah.
Then you can go to the CBT and OSCE, because in my personal point of view, the OET is tougher than CBT and OSCE. CBT and OSCE is very easy; we can easily to clear. So, but the OET is a little bit tough.
CBT, if you spend one enough.
1 month enough. It's very easy.
Yes, a question from one of the participants, Prabha. We heard that CBT syllabus has changed. Do we have new materials or syllabus? There's a question from Prabha in the chat box.
Yeah, CBT is recently changed on August onwards. There's not much changes. There are some questions they introduced, 10 critical questions. It wasn't there before. 10 critical questions, even though you've answered most of past the percentage which you need to pass. But if you miss the critical questions, I think you get failed. So you need to make sure that you pass that, your critical questions are answered. Yeah.
Well, the next question from Sri is how much we need to score for CBT?
Yeah. So I will tell you. Yes, there are 5 main domains they will ask the CBT for the CBT exam. So the first one is professional value. Approximately 27% of questions from professional values. Approximately 10% of questions from communication and interpersonal skills. Then 33% of questions from nursing practice as well as the decision making. Then another 30% from leadership. But we have to score 68% for adult nursing, those who are doing adult nursing. So some people from those who are registered with the mental health nursing, they have to score 72% total score for the CBT.
Another question from Shilpa Rules is, should we take coaching for CBT?
CBT, actually, nobody's taking coaching because they don't need coaching for it. There's materials are available. And just read it. That's it. Just learn it, because there's a purely theory and it's multiple choice question. Just click it, and go. And you get more than enough time. 3 hours for 120 questions. You go for the first easier ones and flag the other ones you are not able to answer or got doubt. And when you finish the clear ones, the easier ones, then think time. You got enough time to think and put the right answer on.
Another question from
there are lots. Sorry,
yeah,
there are lots of online courses. They're doing this CBT coaching. I think it's a waste of money. You don't need to spend time more money on it. Actually, you can do it yourself.
Yes, and recently the test is split into 2 parts, A and B. Is it true? Please explain.
Yes, the part A, which is exclusively for calculations, like I already mentioned that the drug calculations. The second one is completely for theory part regarding our leadership management and nursing critical skills and everything. So questions we need to answer regarding the patient centered. The answer should be the patient centered. Then it's very easier. So we need to just read all the questions, then need to answer according to the exclusively for the patient centered. That's about.
I will send Father the link for the 1,400 questions, isn't it?
Yeah.
About 1,400 questions. I will download it and upload it to Father, so he can distribute it. So if everybody can go through that, they will get a rough idea what about it. And there is another question and answer thing in Google. I will send the link as well. You can practice yourself. You can practice as many times you want.
Yes. Another question from Jomi Daniel is, what is the score required to clear CBT?
I'm not sure the score regarding they ask about 68% of total questions.
The recent score we are not sure.
questions.
We will confirm it and let you know, Father.
Sure.
Yeah, the recent score I don't know how much is it.
Yeah,
I think it's
68%.
Yeah, but we don't want to give you wrong information. We'll confirm it and let you know.
Definitely. And there is a question, I don't know whether it is relevant. Pratika Naik wants to know when to submit police clearance certificate.
When to
submit police clearance certificates.
That's all the end part. Once you've done the OET, then you do the CBT. After CBT, everything comes once you get recruited to UK. There's a time, it's all connected with the visa documents. The police clearance, health, and all this stuff comes with that visa clearance. So you don't need to, until you finish your OET and CBT. Once it's already started the paperwork to come to UK, then all these things needed.
Yes. And Prabha, can you please share the link for CBT questions they have answered? Definitely we'll be sharing it. And the next one is, if we are not interested to show experience which we have abroad, then is it necessary to produce PCC of that country?
If you're coming from abroad.
They have worked in Gulf countries or somewhere which they don't want to show probably.
I think they definitely in the police clearance certificate. I don't know whether they need it from the country where they're working as well. That's also the question. I can't give a definite answer, but I'll find out with the people who came from Dubai and Middle East.
So those who are working abroad, they need
Yeah.
to submit the PCC if you live there more than 6 months.
You have to have the PCC from that same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have to have the PCC from the country where they're working. If they are living in there for more than 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely we need PCC.
Avinash wants to know, are we allowed to use calculator for numerical questions?
You don't need to, they won't allow nothing because you're just going to sit in the computer. Not even, they won't even allow you to take a paper or pen, nothing. But on the computer screen itself, there's a, on the corner, there's a calculator icon that you can press on it if you want to calculate anything. And pen and paper and everything, they'll provide it for you. And there's a calculator on the system itself.
But I think that the calculations are very easy. So we can calculate.
But still, if they need it, that's on the screen.
Yeah. And Sneha here, like, how about experience gap? I have 3 years of gap in work experience. Does it matter?
Yeah, the experience gap is not accepted here. But you can do the one thing. You can immediately join one of the hospitals in nearby you, and then you can work there at least 6 months. Then they will accept. Don't worry about that.
And another concern is about validity of CBT, whether experience is needed to register for NMC or CBT, also for CBT.
Yeah, so yeah. The experience is not mandatory for register for the NMC, but if you got the job here, if you want to come to work here, you need the experience. Experience does matter.
1 year is.
Sorry,
1 year.
the recent 6 months.
Yeah.
Last year.
The recent 6 months is enough. Over maximum 1 year.
Maximum 1 year.
Before it was more than 2 years, but it's 1 year now.
Yeah. Then the validity of the CBT is about
2 years.
2 years. If you clear CBT as well as the OSCE, it is valid up to 5 years.
I don't have any experience. If I pass OET, then do I need experience after that? Please suggest.
Yeah, definitely. You can write the OET now. Then once you pass the OET, you can join one of the hospitals. Then you can work there. At least, as I already mentioned, that 6 months. Then you can apply for the interviews. Then definitely they will ready to give the interview for you. They will schedule the interview. Then they will produce offer letter for you. So don't need to worry about that. First of all, your first aim is to pass the OET. Then you can start your NMC registration. So for the NMC registration, experience is not mandatory. So don't need to worry about that.
I would say minimum maybe, as far as I know, 1 year experience is needed. So once you completed OET, if somebody is taking gap from your work and they're doing OET now, I would say as soon as you finish your OET, join some hospital, because by the time you finish all the paperwork, get to come to UK, there'll be about 1 year. So anyway, you'll have 1 year experience by the time. But when you're going for an interview or something, they can say that I've just started my work, I'm still working. So they may consider it. So I would say at least 1 year. Anyway, it will take about 6 months to 1 year, depends on the paperwork. So by the time you can have your 1 year experience in the hospital.
Please suggest some agencies.
Yeah, Praise has got a very good agency which she came. It was a really genuine one.
I know some agencies.
Yes.
But
Hello.
I know some agencies, but depends on some scenario. Something I don't know if they all are genuine or not. But I came by the ID Medical. ID Medical is a genuine one.
ID Medical is 100% genuine one because their root is in here, in UK as well. They are very professional, and there may be local agencies, but that we don't know anyone that we can recommend you. But ID Medicals we can definitely recommend you. That's 100%, 100% international repeated agency. You can Google it, ID Medical. So that's in Bangalore as well. And there are lots of others as well, but this is what definitely can recommend. But if you know any other which is genuine, we'll let you know.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So I have a doubt, what are the requirements for NMC registration and how much it costs? Can you please once again explain it?
Yeah, NMC registration price is 14,000 rupees, and the requirement is OET examinations and your identity evidence. Identity evidence means your passport and qualification evidence like your nursing certificates and NMC, the nursing council certificate and the nursing transcript. Registration certificate as well. And your health evidence that you are fit enough, like the BCG and everything, to tuberculosis, you're vaccinated against tuberculosis.
As well as you need a letter from your general practitioner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
a letter from doctor that was stating that you are fit and well to work. And a character evidence. Where do you want the character evidence from?
So character evidence is self declaration.
It's a self-declaration. You're in a very good character. And another one is language evidence. Language evidence is your OET, obviously.
Anyway, we will submit our PCC. So don't need to worry about that, the character evidence.
Yeah. And the language. So once again, I'll explain the identity evidence, that's passport, and qualification evidence, all your nursing certificates and transcription and your nursing council registration, and the health evidence and character evidence and language evidence, that's OET.
And one of the main point is that if you have any changes in your name, like our son name, once you get married, so usually we change our name after the marriage. So
we need proof of changing.
We need to submit our marriage certificate or affidavit.
Yeah.
So that's necessary because
any name changing, you need to have an evidence for that, for the changing of name.
And somebody else has a concern that is that cannot be answered by them. There is an issue here in local or in India. They won't provide you normally unless you work for a year. They will not give you certificate, experience certificate. That's an issue here.
Yeah, the fake certificate will not accept here. So if they found, if you
need to be really careful about it. There are some hospitals also which is blacklisted. So even if you get a full year certificate from the, if it's in blacklist, you need to find out from the NMC site. I think it's in the NMC site, the blacklisted hospitals. So if you get a full year certificate from the blacklisted hospital, they won't accept it because they already had some issues like that, some scamming and stuff like that. So you need to be very careful where you submit that certificate from. If that hospital you're working is a blacklisted hospital, you need to rethink about it.
As well as if they found that if you're making the fake certificate, definitely you will be banned.
Yeah, forever.
About 10 years here.
10 years, yeah.
So you can't work either UK
or in other countries, yeah.
Any other country. So be careful.
Yeah, always do the genuine ones.
If you have haven't been a gap more than a year, you can apply.
Yeah.
No worries.
Hi, Reji.
Hello.
I'm Shalini.
Hello,
do they have the age bar for applying for UK?
Actually not, but it depends on them. There's not a definitive age bar as far as I know. Is there? There is an age bar. There's no age bar. No.
Okay, thank you.
But the different hospitals may have their own policy. They may, even though there's not literally in there, but they may consider what age they wanted to employ the, employees. So this depends on, but there's not a definitely NMC guidelines. This is the age you have to stop recruiting people.
Do we need a birth certificate prior to the registration?
Yeah,
yes.
In your passport, but I would say keep everything, because they may ask any evidences. So birth certificate, marriage certificate, name changing certificates, any affidavit, passport, or whatever you got, I would say keep everything ready because it's always better to have more evidence than required in case if needed.
They will. They have the one session for uploading all the certificates, so we can upload everything, which is prove our name, date of birth, and everything.
Yeah.
So you can upload. If you keep your birth certificate.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello, Priyanka here. May I?
Yes, Priyanka.
Yes, please.
Sir, actually, the thing is, I passed out in the 2012 and I got a gap in nearly 7 years.
Okay.
Then I recently joined in the hospital.
Yeah.
Past 1 year I was working.
Yeah.
Then right now I'm giving a resign for the OET practice,
Yeah.
OET training.
Yeah.
Then after that, after clearing my OET, I'm planning to join once again.
Yeah.
So is there any issues like my gap, 6 years, 7 year gap
No,
for
that gap is not a
further
problem.
process?
But
Yeah.
you need to prove that why you took this 7 years gap.
Yeah.
So you can, if you have the child or if you have the marriage or any other personal issues,
you have to
can just
let
prove
them
that.
know what's the reason you left the a big gap. But as long as you already work for an year, and if you're going to work after that, there's a reason to provide. But the previous years, which is 7 years big gap, we can be able to convince them was the reason you had a big gap.
So definitely they will ask for the after the registration, they will ask what are the years, what are the things you have been doing for the certain years for a certain period of time. So you have to just prove them. So I got married, so I can't work for the 1 year because of my child. So everything you have to mention them. So they need to know what your career, what's the reason for your career break.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, that's
Sir,
normal.
good evening. It's me,
Yeah,
Babita.
Yeah, Babita, yes.
I would like to know that I have also 3-year experience gap. So some agency told me that if you want to work in nursing home, it is not necessary to get experience. That still working is not necessary. Is that right, sir?
Yes. So usually our nursing homes in the UK, they don't ask any experience, recent experience for the nurses to work here. But I recommend to join the NHS rather than the nursing home because the NHS is the national health service here. So we got all the benefits from here, 1 month, 1.5 month, right? 1.5 month of annual leave and the good money and good nursing skills. So they will get the continuous education and the practice we will get while you're practicing here. So I recommend you to join the NHS rather than nursing home. But I think the nursing salary for the nursing home is higher than the NHS.
Yeah.
So it's up on you.
1 second, a question I need to be clear. Do you want to come to UK somehow with a visa to get entry to UK, or you coming to nursing home as a nurse?
Yeah, I would like to come as a nurse, but they told me this working gap will not allow me to work in the hospitals there. So it is a big issue.
How long you got gap in between?
Yeah, 3 years.
But I would say you can come to nursing home if you want to, but nursing home is a totally different scenario. It's not a nursing home what we see like in India. In India, nursing home means it's an elderly home. So if they need any medical need, they will send to the hospital. It's not a nursing home. It's not fully equipped with the doctors and everything. That's only the nurses will be there to just take care of the basic things, to just give the medications and injections. But if anything, you need more than that, they will send you to the hospital. We won't get a proper experience like a hospital or in a like a nursing home in India. You won't get it. It's like a care home. Nursing home means it's a care home. But they recruit nurses because they need some injection and medications. You won't be able to work as a proper nurse in a nursing home. And then another thing, nursing home is always a private sector, and there are lots of things lacking compared to the government in the NHS. You can't compare at all with the NHS with the nursing home. And nursing home, there's not much opportunity for you to grow or do anything. Just you are just like in a prison. But if you want to move from there, because we come on work permit, if you want nursing home, even if you want to come change to NHS, it is about 5 years until you get your permanent residence visa. You won't be able to move from the hospital from there to NHS, especially if you got a contract.
So if you are the contract, we can move from NHS. If you can transfer from one NHS to another.
NHS to NHS is easy.
But if you come here as a nursing nurse in the nursing home, they will not allow to move from one nursing home to another. That's the other
Yeah.
problem here.
I would recommend, if you after all this effort for OET and all this stuff, if you're able to get your PIN number, I would rather recommend you to come to NHS, don't go to nursing homes.
Yeah, you just need
Yeah.
to spend at least.
I'm not
6
saying
months.
that it's really, but that's the only option, or some other reasons you want to go, that's fine. But you'll be missing a lot. You'll be missing another 5 years. You're waiting to get into NHS. So better come to NHS, even if it's a bit delayed.
Sir, even if I want to work in nursing home also, I have to complete CBT and OSCE A. Same,
Now,
all
if you're nursing
procedure
homes,
are same.
if you're recruited, yeah, so to get the PIN number, wherever, regardless of where you work, for the there's a different body. NMC is a different body. Through the registration, you have to go through all their procedures, what NMC is saying, to get the PIN number. Then it's up to you where you want to work. It's nothing to do with
Yes.
NMC.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Another question from Anya is, do they accept experience in any area like infectious diseases? Means a communicable disease hospital? Is the experience in a communicable disease hospital accepted as experience?
Doesn't
Have
matter as long as she's working as a nurse, isn't she?
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
you worked as a nurse, or have you worked in a hospital with more than 150 bedded?
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. Actually, I have my hospital is 250 bedded, and it's
Okay.
a communicable disease hospital, means chickenpox, measles, and it is also somewhere TB cases also. So that's
Yeah, it
why
doesn't matter as long as you work in hospital. Doesn't matter which department or which area you're working, because you won't get the exact area about you working. You will be recruited to different areas, and they will give you training.
Is it more than 150?
Yeah, it's
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
Jessie John has a query. I think Jessie John, definitely you have the proof. She says she was born in 1980, but all of my certificates show 1982. What can I do? Is it okay to submit SLC certificate for the proof of birth during process?
I have the
Fine.
same case. So as long as your it doesn't matter when you're born, what you say, it doesn't matter what says in the document.
Yeah,
So as long
evidence
as your
speaks.
document says, even though if you want any, sorry.
Yeah, document speaks. Legally, document
Yeah,
speaks.
yeah, only the document. Even if you're saying that I born 10 years back and look like 10 years back, but your evidence shows what evidence shows what is in document, that's what they accept.
Yeah, Jessie John, as a lawyer, I can tell you there is
Doesn't
no
matter. They
issue
won't
as regards.
take what you say. They will take what the evidence. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Jessie John, as a lawyer, I can tell you there is no issue, because legally all over India or UK law, we have British law, and even in UK, document speaks.
Yes, you got a father,
Okay,
lawyer,
thank you.
teacher.
Yes.
Good
I think that is
afternoon.
done. Yeah. Okay. Last one, maybe. Yeah. Please.
Yes. Hi. Are you audible?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. This is Susan. I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Hello.
I just want to thank both of you. I'm not here to ask you anything, but I'm really thank both of you that you are giving nice idea. And me myself, I didn't complete my OET, but we have a clear picture now how we can process everything.
Yeah.
Thank you, both of you.
It's all right. We can give you. I'll send you a list to father a bit more clear, step by steps and things. And they so if at all anything you wanted, anything concerning here, because we know what's happening here. We are really happy to help you, even if it's not a direct call, but I can approve father. You can ask questions and we will try to get it. But anytime you want to interact, you can do that as well. And another thing I wanted to tell you, don't go through the fake agencies and stuff like that. Always make sure with somebody in here or in there, the genuine agent, because there are lots of people doing lots of money-making businesses. They got all the evidences, documents show you that they're genuine, but they're not genuine. So be careful. But ID Medical is 100%, and there are some other as well. Maybe Praise knows some of them, but ID Medical is 100% because they work for NHS in here as well. So they are 100%. So some other.
Yeah.
What was that?
Global Nurses Force is another agency.
Global Nurses
Force. GNF.
In Kerala, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah. And there are some genuine agencies in Kerala as well, but
Then don't give any money to anybody because all the programs will be free. So don't give any money.
If you complete all your exams and stuff, the most of your expenses will be refunded by the NHS itself.
Including the OET
So
fees up to 10,000 rupees.
Yeah.
CBT fees and the OSCE will be paid by them, the
Yeah.
full amount.
Yeah.
Then everything you will get once you come here,
Yeah.
as well as you will get 2 or 3 months of accommodation.
Yeah.
So everything will be free. So don't need to give any money to anybody's.
Yeah.
So if somebody asks the money for the recruitment, don't give. That's
the genuine
they will be
agencies.
cheating.
Genuine agencies, they will recruit like that, but other agencies, they'll take money from the NHS and they won't give it to you, and they'll ask you to pay for you. So ideally, if more questions that we are not answered, if you have any questions, there may, if you can, if you go to Google, you can find ID Medical, the nearest branch to you. Maybe there is in Bangalore, in lots of places in India. I don't know whether they got in Saudi Arabia, but one of the ID Medicals, get in touch with them and ask them the criteria, and they will send you a brochure or everything, all details about it. So what they say is that's good. So you can get more information about the experiences, about the gap and all these stuffs. There will be the right persons to guide you.
Yes, I think that is done, and probably Shalini wants to say something.
Hello, it's me, Siji.
Yes.
Siji.
Good
Yeah,
evening,
last person.
everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Shiji?
I think
yes.
rest,
Is there any
yeah,
salary difference between HSC and NHS?
It will be unending if you keep, yeah. Our last question, okay. Otherwise, it will be unending if you keep asking. Okay, we'll have another forum, or we'll request them to join our platform. Probably, if they join, definitely we can post the concerns whenever they are free. They will just give the answers, either a voice message or text.
We'll just answer that question as well.
Yeah, there is one question. Yes. Please
the
ask.
question I have seen that, is there any salary difference between NMC and HSC? There is no salary difference, but the HSC belongs to the Northern Ireland. Compared with England, the living expense of the Northern Ireland is very cheap. So
you might be able to save more.
Yeah, you can save more. So if you need to save more, you can go to Northern Ireland. But in England, our living expense is higher.
Depends on in England, it's also different places. If you live near to London, expense is more. The further from London, the more you can save.
So the salary will be same.
Salary is almost same. Yeah, almost same. Yeah.
So the nurses also, yeah. So
please.
Nurses who starts like the band 5 nurse here, they got 24,900 something pounds here per year. So all the nurses will get that amount. So don't need to worry about
there's a basic pay, but you get a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will explain. I'll do another video next time if you want it about the salary and stuff like that, how much you can save and what's expense and how much you can earn, all those things.
Yeah, that is one of the best. That is one of the best. Yeah, that is one of the best sessions, I believe, because I know he has explained to me, and he is able to give you a clear picture how much you can save, how much you'll be paid on, and maybe all your fictitious dreams may not go very far. Like, as soon as you get into UK, you will be driving a Audi or BMW within 6 months, and all those fictitious dreams can be somewhere corner. So that will arrange another one.
Yeah, there are two extremes. Some will exaggerate the salary and the amount you can save. Some will say that on the other way, from a different side, they say that no, you can't save at all, you can't make money, there's lots of expenses, but it's in between actually. So I think we'll take another session for that.
Yeah, we will have another session that's going to be very interesting. And maybe one more query is connected with the previous concern, so we'll just deal with it. Is it mandatory to work in a 150 bed hospital? Because I work in a clinic. If it is less than 150 beds, will it be considered as a...
As far as I know, it's necessary to work at least 100-bedded hospital. So 150-bed hospital is safe, I think. I'm not sure.
But the person, she is concerned. She is working in a small clinic. Will they?
But I don't think she can. Yeah, she can.
I think the best thing to do is you can either email or through phone. You can directly ring or mail NMC, and you can explain your situation to them, and you can get a right answer from them.
It's upon the recruitment. It is upon the hospital. It's upon the hospital, not from the NMC. We can apply NMC.
Yeah, it's like the safer way is safer thing is to get a job in a hospital, at least 100-bedded hospital, and work there 6 months.
At least for an year. Yeah.
At least 150-bedded hospital is safe. So I recommend 150-bedded hospital, not 100.
With 1 year experience.
Need to work at least 6 months.
Yes.
That's the safe for us.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. We close here because we have spent more than 1 or 10 minutes. Yeah, I asked them 30 minutes. Yeah. Shalini wanted to say something.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
I, Shalini, take this opportunity to thank Mr. Reji and Praise from Gloucester Royal Hospital, UK, for sparing your precious time to enlighten us about what is CBT, OSCE, and also answering our queries. Bouquet of thanks to you, sir and ma'am.
Thank you so much.
A special thanks to our dear mentor, Father Saleen Joseph, who is going beyond the boundaries to help us to overcome all the hurdles that we are facing. Definitely, he is a gift from heaven above, and it is what he does is extremely free of cost, which we never get anywhere. Thanks a lot, Father.
Thank you so much.
Last but not the least, I thank each and everyone who are patiently attended this and raised your queries. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And great. Yeah. Definitely, Reji and Praise, thanks a lot for sparing your time. They have night duty still. They have agreed to spare their time. And definitely, I know, since many are being misguided by many agencies, these informations will be very precious. And we also request, this is a non-profit platform, EduSkills International, where we, as on now, we have 4,600 students learning OET. So like, if at all you have some spare time to once in a week to spare 10 minutes at least, you are welcome to join, and we request you to join our platform. I will give you the link so that anytime, maybe we will keep a time in a weekend, maybe 10 minutes, not more than that, 10 or 15 minutes, where if they have any doubts, they will just post it in the thing, or we'll connect you to one Zoom session where we'll just enter in 10 or 15 minutes, we'll fix it, we'll not go beyond. Rest of the concerns, we will collect it and send you in advance, so that either you can text it in the platform, or you can send a voice message, or you can send a link which is useful to solve that concern, or you can come to the Zoom as well. So thanks a lot for being helpful to our OET aspirants for here. And it was a short notice for the students as well. Morning we had a long session, and maybe that's it. All could not enter in because of the duty and other things. We have a wonderful family here. We don't say it's a platform, it's a family. And hundreds of them have gone out after their OET, and some of them have completed their OET and they were listening to you. And I am not competent to speak on these lines. So thanks a lot, and God bless you. And I'm sure all of us will pray for you wherever you are, and may God bless you.
Thank you everyone from us, and it's a privilege, and we are really happy to help you anytime you need any questions which we are able to answer. Anytime through Father, can you get through Father, and any answers anytime you want to come to the online as well, we're happy to come. And we don't want it to misguided and end up in somewhere, because there have been lots of people ended up in, because they had a different dream when they came here. It's totally different. So we will guide you, we'll help you the way we can. So thank you for the privilege, and
yes,
thank you for the good time.
And
wish you all the best.
And Ms. Praise, your names will be written in the annals of this platform, because you are the first ever guest resource persons to address our students, our OET aspirants. So we'll remember you forever. And thank you so much.